Another Monday, another video. As you can see, I'm back to my original publishing schedule. But there hasn't been much going on last week in terms of museum visits and the quest. I was very busy looking for a new house and then temporarily moving in with a friend. Although I got an invite to Museo de Cariche for this week and I'm just sorting out the details now, the date and the time, because with the new job I started today, I'm no longer as flexible with visits during the week as I was before. I also looked into some ways how I can improve my blog, how I can reach out to more people, and yeah, started to think more about the big picture. Together with prepping this video completely yesterday, I already ticked off 2 things off the to-do list from last video. Yes, I didn't explore any more museums, but the exploration of Lisbon didn't stop, because I visited places all over the city and thereby saw lots of new places. I went to Beato, for example, a neighborhood in the east along the river just behind the Museo do Azulejo. Now, since last week, I've been staying with Caterina in Telheiras, and it's a neighborhood in the north of Lisbon. Probably most people, especially foreigners, just know it from the metro map because it's the last stop of the Green Line. And I really enjoyed out here because it's a relatively new neighborhood. It's been planned in the 70s, and therefore everything is kind of, still nice and modern. Of course, it's got a lot of apartment complexes here, but it's not just those grey, boring, plain facades that you mostly know from apartment complexes. No, here they played with details, they put in corners, and played with different colors and levels, and therefore made something, in my opinion, really impressive out of it. The building here right behind me is actually one of my favorites in all of Lisbon. But besides all the high-rising buildings, you also have this small area full of lovely tiny houses, Portuguese traditional styles mixed with something completely contemporary. It's just amazing. No matter if it's big or small houses, everything out here looks very nice and well kept, and the surrounding just matches. You have so much space here, big roads and just tons of green areas where you can hang out in the sun. And it creates an amazing, just so relaxed vibe in Telheiras that I'm really enjoying. And this area is always full of life, and especially local life. There's many Portuguese families and young people living here, and almost no foreigners, and especially no tourists. So it's a perfect place to just come here for an afternoon or even a day and escape the ever-increasing buzz of the city center. You have everything you need here. There's lots of restaurants and cafes, even some bars. So for every time of the day you have a place to hang out with your friends and just have a good time, inside or outside. Like I said, there's lots of green spaces around in Telheiras, lovely parks just like this one here, right in the center of the neighborhood. And it actually features one of Lisbon's biggest attractions, street art. There's some pieces of very well-known Portuguese artists, like this one behind me of Bordalo Dois. He's most famous for his animals completely made out of trash. And this one once was a parrot, now it just shows the temporary character of street art. It's there, a few weeks later it's gone. And especially for cyclists like me, Telheiras is amazing because you have all these bikeways all over the neighborhood. And not like in the city center, they're actually free here. There's nobody walking on them. And well, if all that doesn't keep you entertained, then just take a stroll down to the stadium of Sporting. Must have been a match day yesterday. And yeah, check it out, take a tour around the museum. Well, I've just been there last week, it wasn't that great. The museum itself, it was mainly trophies and not really much about the club and its history or its heroes. But the tour around the stadium and the changing rooms and so on, that was pretty cool. If you go a little to the north from Telheiras, you get to Lumia and to the costume and the theater museum that I've already wrote about. And of course the lovely, wonderful park behind the two museums. And then there's another part here in Telheiras that many people in Lisbon probably don't know it exists. The Hinduistic temple of Radha Krishna. I only found it because I had to take a detour here once when I went to the costume museum and stumbled across it. And it's all not too far from the city center really. From my place in the north of Telheiras, which is still at least 15 minutes by foot from the next metro station, I made it downtown on my bike in like, what, 20 minutes? Okay, I was racing, but in a relaxed speed you can still make it in, what, 30 minutes? And it's a really nice ride. You get past the stadium of Sporting and through the park in Campo Grande, which is right now smelling super nice of blossoming trees. And you get through everything, Saldanha, Marques Pombal, really nice places, and all the way down Avenida. Of course I'm not gonna stay here in Telheiras for too long, but the time I'm spending here I'm really enjoying. Later this week I will probably move into that place in Beato, and once I settled into my new job this week I will also get back into my quest again, visit museums, blog, and yeah, pick up where I left off.